We are recording now. And then let me click this.
It's like in focus and all?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's like cropped the video to like
It does that sometimes when you hit record. Does it go in a bit?
yeah.
It
Or
does
like
that.
does the black bar. No, I think it'll just back it up.
Back it up.
Okay. Can you do like a big clap for me so that
Okay.
the audience picks up? Woo! Okay, we are officially
Let's
going.
roll.
So hopefully I don't knock down.
Yeah, you're
So-
probably gonna have to do some grubbing.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the world? Like your name, where you're from,
Of
where you're
course.
studying?
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Krit. I'm 23 years old. I'm a third year studio arts major at the Maryland I. I've always been passionate about art since a very young age. My background is Punjabi, but I was born in Canada, making me and my siblings first generation Canadians. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
So you mentioned that you're in third year university at Brock.
Yes.
How's that been going? How are you liking your studies and
I feel like this year I was actually able to figure out a lot of what exactly I'm interested in when it comes to art. So my preferred mediums and the themes that I'm interested in. I feel like the first 2 years I took a lot of time exploring and taking different classes like photography, video, sculpture, things like that. And now in my third year, I know what I like, I know what I'm passionate about, I know what my art looks like and what I'm interested in. So yeah, I feel like at this point, I'm pretty comfortable at the Maryland I. I feel like I know everyone. Feels like a pretty tight knit community. So yeah, I'm
That's
happy.
good. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Just diving a bit more into like being a student. Are there any like difficult adjustments or obstacles that you kind of had to adjust?
I feel like the biggest adjustment in terms of art school was definitely finding my voice within my art. Just seeing so many different types of artists around me and so many unique forms of expression. I was having a hard time figuring out like what is my thing. But so far, I've realized that by just doing and experimenting is how I learn best and kind of figure out that voice. And it's also just an ongoing journey. So I don't think I have it down packed exactly, but I do think I am figuring it out. So I guess that's probably been the most difficult thing being in art school.
What's a common struggle that you feel a lot of students go through? Like feeling lost or just being a bit directionless, maybe through a lot.
Something that I went through and that I've noticed that a lot of students around me go through as well is I feel like we're supposed to have it all figured out, know what occupation we're going to have after we're finished our degree, know what degree to even pursue, that sort of thing. And I just don't think it's realistic to know exactly what you want to do with the rest of your life when you're in high school and kind of, figuring out where you're going to college or university. I definitely felt lost when I graduated high school. I went into a business degree because I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I thought business was the most applicable degree. So I went into business, COVID hit, I absolutely hated it, and I ended up dropping out. I took some time off of school and was just working part time and was also trying out this whole influencer thing with social media. And then I slowly just, I came to a point of realization and decided to give university another shot, which is why I came back for art because I always knew that I was very passionate about art from a young age. So I thought I'd give it a try. And I definitely know that was the right step for me. I absolutely love it here. I love my program.
Or does so you said you're from Brampton.
Yes.
Very large Asian population, just all over. Since being at Brock, has the change in diversity affected your perspectives on people, the world, and has it affected like the work that you've output, like your artwork?
Honestly, I think being raised in Brampton has made me so confident about my culture. It's not something that I'm afraid to express. I'm very proud to be Punjabi because I was raised in an environment where there are so many South Asian and Punjabi people. I went to like a predominantly white middle school and high school. So I feel like I kind of went through that lack of diversity when I was younger. So coming to Brock, like, sure, there isn't as many, like, I guess, South Asian people around me. But honestly, that doesn't really affect me. And I feel like that just comes from being raised in an environment where I'm so comfortable to be who I am that I'm not afraid to express that now that I'm older. Yeah.
That's good. That's very like powerful.
Thanks. Thank you.
And speaking about that, like, why is it important for you to represent your country, your culture in your art? And
Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and say that there aren't a lot of Indian artists because there are. Art is a huge part of my culture. But I would say that in terms of my experience as a first generation Canadian Punjabi woman in the diaspora, there isn't a lot of art or I guess representation that kind of mends those two things together. So what I'm interested in is kind of how my Eastern and Western cultures influence me and like how that looks like together because I am a product of that. How can I show that on canvas? So yeah, I feel like my culture is just a huge part of who I am. I know it makes me who I am. My morals, my values, the way I carry myself, so many things are because of my culture, because of the way I was raised, because of my parents and my family. So not only is it important for me to express that, but I think it's also important for other first generation Punjabi Canadians like me, because I know so many, to see this sort of representation within the art world, because I don't personally see a lot of that.
as a Punjabi woman, do you feel represented at Brock specifically?
I do feel like there is a solid Punjabi community here. I was a part of Brock Punjabi Association for the past couple of years. That group has been going strong. All my roommates are Punjabi women. So I do feel like I have a good community of Punjabi women and Punjabi people around me. I might not see that at school, but because I'm so fulfilled in that sense, in terms of my home life and having those friends, being around my family, that sort of thing, I don't feel a lack of community, if that makes sense.
What will you take with you from your time at Brock into your future life and career?
I feel like my time at Brock has been so pivotal for me. I don't think a lot of people know how much this degree has changed my life. Before this, I never thought I would go back to university, but just because I had a bad experience with pursuing business out of high school and the COVID-19 pandemic, I simply never thought that university would be right for me again or that I could do this again. I feel like it really has given me a purpose and a passion in life. Before this, I really did not know what I was doing, what I wanted to do. Yeah, this program has also been an amazing creative outlet because I definitely need that in my life. And again, before, during my time when I wasn't in school, I was expressing myself on, for example, social media, making content, that sort of thing, which wasn't really the healthiest thing for me at the time, but I also had no other outlets. So being in this program has helped me in so many different ways. I've learned so much about myself. I feel like I know myself very well now. Yeah.
What do you hope to explore more in your future endeavors with artwork?
I feel like going to my motherland would be such a good experience for me as a person and also for my art. I feel like there's no better way to connect with my roots than to go to the actual source. I would love to take a sort of self-directed approach where I can practice painting and video art, like interview people out there, photograph the daily hustle and bustle of India, that sort of thing. I also feel like there's so much I can learn there in terms of art as well. Like I said, art plays a huge part in the Indian community. So to learn like authentic sculpting and pottery, painting, embroidery, like patterns, that sort of thing would be really cool for me. I'm also, like I said, my art is it's an ongoing journey with my art. So I think just continuing to make and create, it sounds very simple, but to just sit down and, put your experience and make that tangible is something that I would just like to continue doing and see what comes out of just doing.
Last question.
Oh my
What is one
gosh.
thing you want people to remember about Krit Sekhon?
What a good question. Um, Honestly, I just want people to remember my confidence and also take a piece of that with them. I truly, truly believe that the world is your oyster and everything you want and your dreams or aspirations are in your hands. And it is okay to be afraid. That's just a part of life. And you just gotta be bigger than that. And yeah, I don't know.
Period. Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Was
having me.
great chatting about your life and school and everything, and looking forward to what you make in the future.
Thank you. Thank you
Anything
so
else
much
you
for
want to say?
having me.
So that's
Thanks for watching, guys. And again, I hope you take a little piece of my advice with you. The world is yours. Don't forget that. Okay.
Period.
Period.
That was so good.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit the stop
Oh, yeah.
button here.